What if I told you the Mona Lisa is just a distraction? For 500 years, the world has stared at her smile, completely missing the real story. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just a painter. He was a mad scientist hiding in plain sight. While everyone else was mixing paint, da Vinci was designing the future. We are talking about machines that shouldn't have existed for another 4 centuries. But he kept them hidden in secret notebooks. Until now. You think you know him, but you don't. Deep inside his coded journals, Da Vinci drafted plans for absolute destruction. He designed a tank. Yes, a tank. Imagine a tortoiseshell reinforced with metal plates, slanted to deflect enemy fire. Inside, 8 men would crank gears to move it while firing cannons in a 360-degree radius. It was a terrifying, armored beast. But it gets worse. He didn't stop at defense. He wanted to rain fire. He sketched a 33-barreled organ gun. It could fire continuously, rotating 3 racks of cannons so one could cool off while the others reloaded and fired. It was a machine gun, hundreds of years before the Civil War. But he didn't stop at the ground. He wanted to conquer the sky. Long before the Wright brothers, Da Vinci was obsessed with flight. He sketched something that looked like a massive spiraling linen drill. He called it the aerial screw. The logic was brilliant. He believed that if you turned a screw fast enough into wood, it went deep. So, if you turned this screw fast enough against the air, it would push the machine up. It looks weird, but look closely. You are staring at the grandfather of the modern helicopter. He figured out the physics of vertical lift 400 years before an engine was strong enough to actually do it. But while his head was in the clouds, he had to survive on the ground. And in the 1400s, the money wasn't in flying, it was in fighting. To fund his dreams, Da Vinci had to become a merchant of death. He looked at the cannons of his day and saw a massive problem. They were slow. You fired once, then you waited forever to reload. In the heat of battle, that wait meant death. So, he fixed it. He sketched a 33-barreled weapon. It looked like a church organ, but it played a song of destruction. It had 3 rows of 11 guns. Here is the genius part. While the first row fired, the second row cooled down, and the third row was being reloaded. It created a continuous cycle of fire. He had effectively invented the machine gun 400 years before the Gatling gun. You think conquering land and sky was enough? It wasn't. Da Vinci wanted to go where humans physically couldn't survive. He wanted to turn men into sea monsters. When Venice was under threat of invasion, Leonardo came up with a terrifying counterattack. He didn't look at the ships on the water, he looked under them. He designed a full-body leather diving suit. But this wasn't for swimming with fish. It was for underwater assassins. The plan was for soldiers to walk on the ocean floor, sneak under enemy ships, and rip holes in their hulls from below. The design is shocking. It had glass goggles for vision. It had breathing tubes made of cane reinforced with steel rings so the water pressure wouldn't crush them. It even had a floating cork bell to pull air from the surface. But here is the detail that proves his genius. He knew these divers would be down there for a long time, so he designed a pouch inside the suit so they could relieve themselves without surface. So why didn't these machines take over the world? Here is the tragedy. He was too early. The materials he needed, lightweight metals, precision engines, didn't exist yet. His designs were perfect, but the world wasn't ready to build them. They remained ink on paper, trapped in notebooks, waiting for us to catch up. Da Vinci proved that the only limit is your imagination. But he left one final mystery unsolved in his journals, a code we are still trying to crack. If you want to see us break down his flying machines next, click this video right here. It will change everything you think you know about flight.